Hello, Tarot fam. How are you guys this afternoon or early evening or good morning if you're in Australia? So I see Grumpy's in the comments. I see Deb's in the comments. Everybody give Deb a sub over there. She is Tarot and Pause. I'm just going to pull her up real quick and put her link in here so that you guys can go over and give her a sub. She is slowly but surely growing a community over there. We also just did a live, or I'm sorry, not a live, a featurette. We did a featurette on the Psychic News Report about the volcanoes that are going on in Italy and in Iceland. So it's really cool. Oh, Grumpy Sapper, it's your wife's birthday today. Happy birthday, darling. Yay, lots of hearts for her. I hope you're giving her a very special day. I hope she doesn't have to do anything too difficult and she can just go right into that hot tub in your garden. I know you've got a great little grotto that's going on there. So happy birthday to her. We're going to pull some cards for her. So guys, what I want to let you know is I am doing a 20% off sale this weekend. I pinned a link up at the top of the chat. It is also when we're done. Did I put it in the description of the video? Let me see. Did I put it in the description of the video? Boys and girls. I did not put it in the description of the video. I will edit that when we're done here and I will make sure it's in there, but it's pinned in the chat for sure. So actually I can drop that link into the video. Yes, I do type like Kermit the Frog. And there we go. Oh, no, that's Tarot and Pause. That would be a huge disappointment if they tried to book an appointment and they just got sent over to another channel. All right, it's not letting me do it. Cancel. Come on. Change. Sorry, guys. Give me a hard time. There we go. Now you should be able to see it. Now there should be the correct link in there. But nonetheless, all right, people, let's get to reading for you all. So everybody tell Grumpy's wife happy birthday. So let's start with Grumpy's wife. Let's see what's going on. Grumpy's wife, what does she need to make today extra special? Oh, I got to put up my card view too. Guys, it's been such a long time since I've done a live. Like lost all my coordination. So so Grumpy, you better stay out of her way because she doesn't want any charity today. She just wants to chill out. She doesn't want anybody making a huge fuss over her, but she also doesn't want to have to do anything. She just wants to chill out, kind of do whatever suits her. She's a little slow moving today. She doesn't really want to get out and get her boogie on. I don't know if you guys were doing karaoke, but looks like she just wants to kind of chill out today. But I can't remember what time it is on your end, so it might even be late in the day and I might be reading on that. So yeah, just treat her like a princess. Don't give her any lip because she is going to come right back at you. And make sure you include her. Just keep checking in with her and saying, hey, honey, do you want to blah, blah, blah? Would you like some blah, blah, blah? You know, that's how we want to treat this. So hi, Sylvia's daughter. I see you there. It's Grumpy Sapper's wife's birthday. So we're saying happy birthday to her. So I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing this live because we're going to be doing full-blown readings at 20% off all Saturday or Friday and Saturday. Sunday, I am otherwise engaged. I have hours open from 9 a.m. on Friday until 8 p.m. on Friday, and 9 a.m. on Saturday until 8 p.m. on Saturday. So you guys have plenty of time to grab readings in there. If you are in another hemisphere and you need to coordinate with me on a different time, you can always email me at FortuneCookiesTarot@gmail.com, and I will gladly try and squeeze you in. So we can kick it off with some pop culture here. And remember, share. See if you can get some more people in here. We want more people in the live stream asking questions. This is readings for you guys. You're going to get quick reads, or you can get a little bit more of a read. Super chat, super stick, all welcome today. So let's take a look. I'm going to look at Robert De Niro, because Robert De Niro apparently has been outside of 45's trial in New York, giving speeches, giving press conferences, doing all kinds of stuff. How is this going to affect him moving forward? I know there's a lot of people that feel a certain way about him right now, but how is this going to affect Robert De Niro moving forward? He's of an age too. So boom. Oh, people aren't liking it. You know, this is really Emperor in reverse. Knight of Cups. So there's absolutely a sense that he's kind of let his emotion take over. So this really isn't a bad thing. You know, sometimes with artists, actors, those types of musicians, we do see an excess of emotion. That's one of the reasons why they become such great performers and such great artists. I'm just fixing my mic here. I hope it doesn't unplug. You know, but in this sense, that acting has kind of bled over into this political platforming that he's doing. And I think that a lot of people are like, you know what, guy, just kind of, you've lost your sense of reason. You're not coming to the table with really logical arguments. You're just kind of spouting, you know, what the collective likes or doesn't like. There's some comment about, you know, New York, we tolerate clowns or something like that. I don't know. It was just like a very odd comment. But it looks like he's not really using logic to sway his audience, so to speak. And Sylvia, I see what you're saying here. Yeah, it was an odd little speak, right? Like it's an odd speak. But how people are going to see that connection here, Sylvia, my dear, with the devil is, you know, kind of parking yourself with another entity that maybe is not in alignment with everything that you have to say. But there was a spirit of generosity here. I don't think he's really looking at the logical implications of it, which is unfortunate. I would like to see him be a bit more logical about this. So is he going to lose acting roles because of this? I still think he was so amazing in Goodfellas. I know there are other movies that he was really good in, but Goodfellas, I really liked him in that. The people that are going to work with him are going to work with him. This really isn't, you know, he's a gold standard Taxi Driver. He's a gold standard in the industry. It's not really going to affect his work. Personally, though, I do think that there are some people that are going to kind of take a step back just from the association of being, you know, part of that. Yeah, we see the same thing with like Jane Fonda. You know, Jane Fonda got a very bad patina, if you will, during the Vietnam War. Some allege that she, you know, passed on information from the American POWs that were there to their handlers, which probably resulted in them not having a very nice time after her departure. So I think some people shied away from Jane Fonda after that. And I think some people will do this with Robert De Niro. I think they're going to shy away from him. But professionally, I think he's going to be fine. I don't think this is going to have any issue. So the jury And guys, these are readings for you guys. So anybody that wants a reading, pop it up in the comments. Use your bolds, use your bolds. And if you want a really big reading privately with me, you can schedule one for Friday or Saturday. I have a 20% off sale going on. There's a link up above. So let's see what this jury's doing right now. 45 is jury. We're going to, hi, Sue Potter. I'm good. How are you, baby? So let's see how this jury is going. Sue, we're doing readings for you guys. So if you need something, let me know. I'll pull some cards on you. See how the jury is doing. Oh boy. So there is a lot of information that they are trying to put together on the table. So one of the things that was notable about this trial is that they did not read the charges at the beginning of this. So I've said this before to you guys. They didn't read the charges at the beginning. So that really is the flashpoint for a jury to look intellectually for information during the trial. When that is not done, because there's such a volume of information that everyone gets during the trial in terms of evidence, they don't get to it's like psychologically earmark any of those bits of information. So when they go into deliberation, we can sometimes get a little bit confused about what our goals are when we're in there. I think we're going to see that, but this jury is taking this very seriously. There's been a lot of talk about the judge, the judge's bias. The judge has made some very odd decisions, but the jury itself, I think, is really ready to roll up their sleeves and get some stuff done here. So, I have high hopes that we're going to step into this with, as an unbiased mind as possible. So Sylvia's daughter, thank you so much for your super chat. Dan's school next year. Let's talk about Dan's school. So I'm getting intuitively, I'm getting something kind of interesting. I'm getting these like liberal arts, frilly classes. It's the only way I can put it, is these frilly classes that he has. He's kind of like, oh, I want to take these frilly classes. He really wants to get into the thick of his study. So, one of the things that I did when I was at university, I did cross study in my classes. So every semester I lined up my history classes with my literature classes. So everything kind of ran together, and I could incorporate information from one course to the other. In the classes that I couldn't do that with, what I would do is I would do external study on my own. I was an animal when I was in school. So yay. Animal. That's Gregopedia, guys. So not so much in grade school and high school, but once I got to university and I was able to set my own pace of study, it really worked out much better for me. So, that may be something that he wants to do. So if he's not getting into the thick of his core studies, he can always go outside and kind of, take a look at some of the other materials. I didn't have YouTube when I was in college, but YouTube, History Hit, any of those channels, anything like that, you can actually get a lot more information than you can just get when you're sitting, reading a book. So I just encouraged Angus. He had to do a project on Lord of the Flies, and I was like, just go on YouTube and go look at some of the literary interpretations of it. Go look at some of the critical analysis of it, and you can watch like some short videos. So Sylvia, this is his last year. One true class and then stupid class. Okay, that makes sense. So and hi Penny, I see you there too. So And I apologize if I'm lisping a little bit. I got a filling yesterday, and I think they need to do a little bit more work on it. So who gets a filling at 52? It's crazy. Same girl who's got wisdom teeth all the way up in her head that aren't coming down. But so he this year is going to go pretty slow for him because it's just like meh, meh, meh. He's got to get through all of that muckety muck with the extra class. But this is an opportunity. He's going to have some bandwidth for additional learning. So it's an opportunity for him to seize on some of that spare time. I hate to say spare time, but the spare time that's there to do some more pointed study. So self-directed pointed study is going to be really good for him. Also, there's going to be bandwidth for him to make connections for his professional work. So make sure that he makes room for that in his life and in his schedule. He needs to find some connection. So if that's a matter of setting up a LinkedIn or any of the other professional platforms that people go on, LinkedIn, I did a course of study on LinkedIn using it for professional purposes through my last position, my corporate job. And it really should be a living resume. It really should be your brag book. A lot of people do walk around with a brag book. What was that?
Curriculum vitae.
Curriculum vitae? Yes?
What?
Is that what you call it?
Well, that's what your resume is supposed to be called. It's like the fancy word for a resume.
That's what CV stands for.
Yes.
Oh, bing, light bulb moment. So essentially, he should go onto one of those sites. He should start inputting, and he doesn't have to make it public right away. He should start putting all of his awards, all of his accolades, not his grades, but just how well he did. I know, Grumpy, I had a dumb moment there. So with my college education over here, I had a dumb moment. CV. So, hi, Sally. I see everybody's jumping in now. Everybody's jumping in. Tell me how your day's going. We got 15 people here. It's a nice intimate chat. So, start dropping some information in there. So yeah. And Grumpy Sapper said, we are so like you and him. So yeah, we got to do another happy hour. Our friend Corey is game. So we told him about it. He's game for it. So, I just think he should start to use that extra time to reach out and start to mold his future and do a little additional study as well. He may find that there is a professional connection or a specialization that he wants to get involved in. So this little bit of wiggle time here, don't make him run out and get like a second or third job or anything like that. This little bit of wiggle time is going to be really good for him down the road. It's a great investment in his professional career. So I hope you enjoyed that, Miss Sylvia's daughter. Thank you so much. You are always the best. So, and I'm going to pull up your other question. What about Johnny and Kate Moss? So what about Johnny and Kate Moss? I already did Johnny and Vanessa, and I did not know she was married. I didn't know she got remarried, Vanessa Paradis. Or got married. I shouldn't say remarried, but married. I think she's adorable. And she does look like Kate Moss. So, but I do think Winona is his one true love. So let's see, Johnny and Kate Moss. Are they ever going to see a revival? So, oh yeah, I did, Sylvia, I did a video, Monday mixtape. So will he ever get back with Winona, and what's his relationship like with Vanessa, his ex? So, with Kate Moss, they're never going to get back together. It's not going to happen. That is over. They were too big to be together. Now, hear me out. So Winona Ryder was a tremendous star as well. Amber Heard had some notoriety as well. So they were too big for the room. And there was an incident where I think they had a fight and they wrecked a hotel room. It was like, very rock and roll kind of thing. But they were too big together. It was too explosive, too much fame in the room. too much craziness. It was almost like everywhere they went, they could not get away from the paparazzi, from the drama, from everything. They just couldn't escape it. There was no kill switch on that awesome relationship. So it really was a point in time that was extremely love bombed, like and I don't mean love bombed in like the narcissist way. I mean love bombing, like it was awesome. They were jumping in and out of the sack. They were jumping off balconies naked into pools, doing all kinds of crazy stuff that one does do when they are kids. Right, Grumpy Sapper? Am I right? I know all about it. No, I'm not spreading rumors about Grumpy Sapper. I'm spreading rumors about his friends that are true. So they were having a great time, as one does in your 20s. So, I think that, it was a fun time, but those times are over. He's much more mature. He's much more grown up. It's over. They're not going to be back together. And that relationship, karmic or not, is going to be sleeping for a while. It will show up again. We'll see this another lifetime. So if I get to be a seer in the next lifetime, maybe I'll get to read on it again. Maybe there'll be Bobby and Susie. Maybe there'll be Franklin and Franklin. Who knows? Like they might be something else, but they're going to see each other again, just not this time around. There's something about them being tremendous characters of power. So my past life therapist course is going very well, and it is tickling a lot of things in terms of past lives. So there's something about those two. The alchemy of those two entities coming together is extremely explosive. It is fantastic. So they are the big couples that we see out there, Marilyn and Joe DiMaggio, or Bonnie and Clyde, Nicholas and Alexandra. They are a big explosion together. So what'd you say?
Bert and Ernie.
Bert and Ernie, says Gregopedia. I dropped my cards. You made me do a sloppy shuffle.
I made you do nothing.
Did you will the towel to fall? Did you will the towel to fall? Hi, Laris. How are you, sweetie pie? So, okay, Sally's asking about Taiwan. Where's your first question? China invading Taiwan. Okay, there it is. And will it happen and when? Well, let's see. What's first we're going to look at China. I almost did a sloppy shuffle again. I love that song. Greg singing China by Red Rocker. China, China. It's a great song. Coming out to sing it, Greg.
I just know that one mine over and over again.
As long as you're not doing September like a parakeet. Don't you speak to me like that. All right. So, the Trump verdict. I just see that Sylvia's daughter. Hang on 1 second. Oh, wait. Hang on. I'm going to star that. I'll come back to it because we already talked about what the jury was like. See if it's going to come back today. But let's talk about China and Taiwan. So what is China? What is their short range plan? We're going to start with short range.
Short round.
Not short. Not short round. Obviously, Gregopedia is feeling his oats today. The boy child just got home. Boy child. So short range, I don't think they're going to do anything. Short range can be anywhere from like a month to 6 months. I don't think it's quite 6 months. I think it's like over the next 4 months or so. But they are just gonna no, we're not doing anything. No, we're not interested in that little territory that once belonged to us and probably should be ours. Yeah, they're not watching TV. They're practicing. Hi, Angus. I'm on a live. You want to say hi to the people?
Yeah,
Come say, Grumpy Sapper's here. Grumpy Sapper. Oh, you're gonna put your head in? You're even gonna make an appearance? No? There's gonna there's my good boy. So thank you, good boy. Is it raining yet?
No. I guess where you're seated at the table, there's something.
So they're gonna pretend like they're not interested in that. His head is good. Yes. Those of you that don't know, Angus got a concussion a couple weekends ago. He is doing well. He is thriving and surviving.
I got a dent in my forehead now.
He does not have a dent in his forehead. He was wearing a helmet. So the bruising on his back has gone away, but he fell off his quad. His quad started to slide and he dumped off. Thank God he didn't get rolled over on. So my baby boy. So this definitely is, they're going to pretend that they're not really interested in that territory. They're going to pretend, we're going to see a move that they're pretending to go in a different direction, and it's going to look like it stops. There's going to be some kind of agreement here. They are going to, I think, negotiate a sense of fidelity and a sense of brotherhood with Taiwan. I think we're going to see that. They're not going to give up anything substantial, though. Under the surface, we are not giving up anything substantial. We're just going to give them lip service. And they're going to say, oh, well, you know, we're going to let you guys take care of yourselves. We're not really interested in it, even though it should be part of the Chinese territory. So what are their long-range plans? And this is where it's going to get interesting.
Long duck dong?
I did not say Long Duck Dong. Was he supposed to be Chinese?
No, you didn't.
Wait, do you mean the actor was Japanese?
No, he was supposed to be from Japan, but it was the 80s, so they weren't very culturally accurate.
For those of you that are new, my husband is Japanese. So
The actor was definitely Japanese.
he feels a certain way about Asian misrepresentation. Long range plans, China for Taiwan. So this looks like, now I don't know what kind of importing they do from China proper, but it looks like they are going to prevent things being either brought in or brought out of Taiwan. So China is going to interfere with shipping, flights, those kinds of things. I don't see that it's going to be mainly flights. I think it's mainly going to be the shipping industry. They're just going to get in the way of that. We had a dog named Bruno who every time you were walking somewhere, he would get in front of you and he'd keep looking back at you. Oh, not your way. He had an English accent. It's kind of like that. They're just going to get in the way and interfere. There's something about the waterways there that their ports are going to be like really, really crowded. So I don't know if this is, we go in there or China goes in there with a lot of ships and creates a lot of havoc in the ports. I'm not really sure what exactly this is, but they're going to put a stopper in all of the in and out of Taiwan. They're going to stop it. So it's going to be very interesting. And then they're going to offer to resolve it by taking care of them. So do we get like mercenary, like pirate mercenaries that they send in there? Quite possibly we get these pirate mercenaries that they send in to create havoc there. And then they come in and here I come to save the day. But once we get to this point, once that port starts getting very blocked up and chaotic, I think China they rebrand themselves as a helper, not an adversary. I think that's really the direction we're going in this. So are we going to see an aggressive takeover. I don't think so. I think they're going to use a very interesting process of creating this illusion. I will probably clip this bit and put it up on my channel as well. That's something I'm going to be reusing a lot of the live footage from PNR Psychic News Report. If you're not subscribed, please go over there and subscribe. And also from these lives, like if I'm doing pop culture questions. So let's do. So I hope that makes some sense. And let's see, are we going to get a verdict today? One card. No, we're not going to get a verdict today. Tomorrow. No, that's a no. Tomorrow's Thursday. How about Friday? No, they're gonna need more information by Friday. They're gonna possibly ask for more information. Let's look at Monday. Nope. Tuesday. I think Tuesday we're gonna get something, guys. So there you go. My money's on Tuesday. So we can all place our bets and see if we get anything. So we're going to pull that down. And I'm just going to scroll back and see if anybody has any questions. Again, any of you that would like to get your own private reading, I am having a sale on Friday and Saturday. I have hours open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. I usually don't have my schedule quite that wide open, but I do have this week that wide open. So usually carve out shorter hours, but since I'm having a sale, I wanted to make it possible for everyone to get in there that wants readings. The last time I had a sale, I could not get people in. So, oh, really? You think so? Deborah, let's take a look at that. Let's see if we're going to get that. Let's see if we're going to have one of those. Working together. No, I think they're gonna come together at some point. I think it's going to be difficult to coalesce the information that they have because like I said, they didn't have a charges read at the beginning. So that creates a vacuum of why we're here. It's like starting a job and, you go work for a widget company and they say, okay, you're going to go work in production, but you don't know which part of the production you're going to work for. So you're like, what do I learn? And you have to like run around the factory. So maybe not widgets, but like a car factory. So, they just don't. That's going to be the problem, is to get everybody to understand like what they're deliberating. So there we go. Oh, Humanaki, hang on there. I'm going to come back to that one. So there we go, Deborah. Sue Potter, my good friend Sue Potter. Will your health improve? This is a yes. So we're going to put her right in the middle. So, Sue, I am going to put my believe rock out there. The reason why it's called the believe rock is because it has the word believe on it. And I am also going to put my imagine rock. And we're going to do them in this order. Imagine, believe. So we'll put the believe up there. So the reason why I'm doing that, these are like manifestation rocks for me. So I do hold them in my hands when I need to do a little manifesting, which I've been working on a lot lately. So, yes, Sue, you do always get the Empress card. So, your body remembers what it was like in its youth. And all you have to do is imagine that back into existence. So, all of the therapy that you're doing with doctors, that's great. But the mindset is the magic part of it that they can't put in a bottle and that they can't give you in therapy. So, and I mean, physical therapy, those kinds of things. So, every night, I want you to time travel. I want you to go into a meditative state and time travel back to when you felt your most fit, back when you felt the most complete, when you were the most athletic. I actually was doing this the other day because my son asked me to teach him how to surf this year. And God bless him. I was like, all right, first of all, I don't have a surfboard right now. I probably will never have one again. I said, second of all, I go, I don't know if I can do that anymore. It was like a lot of abs. It was a lot of back. I'm old. I am gonna be 53. Like, I know surfers surf, into their 50s, 60s, 70s, but I stopped. So all of those muscles are not functioning the same way. But if we condition our body and condition our minds to remember that muscle memory, to remember that health that we had, we can draw on that and bring it into the present. Remember, we're always working on different timelines. So there's a timeline out there that you are healthy and sound and perfect. If you combine meditating and bringing that timeline into existence and doing all the work that the doctors are asking you to do, you can make those two things come together. So meditate. Remember when you were your strongest, your healthiest 16, 17-year-old Sue Potter who was ready to go climbing mountains, doing whatever, skiing, chasing after bears. I don't know what you did when you were 16 and 17. All of that. I want you to remember what that felt like. What I was doing, one of my friends, Ben, his little girl just did her first backflip spontaneously, and he like put it on Facebook. It was so cute. And I brought myself back to the first time I did a back handspring, and I was like, I remember what that felt like. If you can remember what it felt like, you can train your body to come back to what that felt like. Okay. So, and Sue, there we go. You were teaching jazz ballet and play. Yeah. So try it. Start aim small, miss small. Like that. That is my favorite line from The Patriot. Aim small, miss small for anything in your life. So if you can do that, one of the things there have been studies, and you can look this up. There have been studies about sports individuals, athletes, that they have them practice. They have a control group that actually does the physical practices. Then they have another control group that does the practices and watches videos of people successfully playing that sport. And then they have one group that just does watching the videos. And surprisingly, the ones that watched the videos were the same as the group that actually did the physical practice, and the group that did both outperformed both of them. So, there's something to mind over muscle. There's something to mind over matter. So, absolutely. So, do your best. I want you to imagine and believe you can bring that beat back, baby. Believe you can bring it back. So Sue, I am having a sale this weekend. I have 20% off sale. Friday and Saturday. Hours are open from 9 a.m. until 8 p.m. And those of you that would like to get a reading with me, private reading, it is one-on-one by video chat. You can book it at the link in the pinned comments. So let's tackle this next one. This is a big question. Come back. Wait, where'd it go? There we go. Boom. All right. Oh, my nose is itchy. So this is a hot question. Will 45 be eliminated? I don't know if I can say that word. So will 45 be eliminated? So these kinds of topics are a little hot for the tube of the U. So let me know in the comments if you would like to do like a pay-per-view event, like a private Google Meet or YouTube event or Zoom event where I wouldn't have to talk in code. We could say all the words. We can curse. We can smoke and vote. We can do all kinds of stuff. So yeah, Sue or Sylvia's daughter, I agree. There have been several attempts, but as we say in Warhammer 40K, will one go through? Right, Greg? Will one go through?
Who says that?
We say that when we roll.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this is very interesting. Oh, Sally, we didn't reach 5,000 subs. We reached 5,000 views, which is just as good because the channel's only been up for a little while. You know, we started that out. Deb, you hear what I'm saying? We started that out on my channel and Thor's channel and Rick's channel. And then we actually created its own standalone channel because we knew we had an interest in the Psychic News Network and or Psychic News Report. Yeah, we can't say network. Psychic News Report. You know, we flipped it over to its own independent channel just because the management was going to be a lot easier. That way we were doing it out of a central location. So very, very cool. We're still tinkering with the format. So we appreciate everybody going over there, but we definitely need more subs over there. Absolutely need more people to subscribe. So will 45 be eliminated? I'm not seeing it. So we still have these attempts, though. We still have all of these tries. You know, they're really trying to make that happen. He's well protected, partly because he's got the money to fund himself. He's not, you know, he's not dependent on anyone else. He's not dependent on Secret Service to come over. Oh no, Sally, you're right. We were the network for a while, and then somebody gave us a hard time about it. So we changed it. We were gracious about it and changed it. And then we were the universe, and then we changed it to report because it just rolled off the tongue a little bit better. Psychic News Report. So, so he has the means to keep himself shielded and protected and whatnot. In addition, he has the means to route out the snake. So, you know, I do think that there are a number of snakes in his house. There are a number of people that are there for no good means, and they are moles, for lack of another word. What's that?
Snakes or moles?
Snakes or moles? They're both, I think. Snakes and moles.
Snake mole?
Snake
Or
mole.
mole snake?
Mole snake. Sounds like a piece of leather you would have a purse made out of. That's my mole snake clutch. Don't touch that. You can't borrow my mole snake clutch. I don't know. Now, like, I have like a vision of like something really horrible. It's like a snake with a mole face. So, you know, they know who the rats are here. Right. Now I'm talking about rats. So you dirty rat. They know who the people that are out to get him. But here we are again, well protected, well funded for that protection. So I think we're going to continue to see attempts, continue to see intel that reveals that there are attempts, but we're not going to see anything go through. Those individuals are not being brought to justice. They're kind of being spanked on the bottom and sent back. Go tell your boss, knock it off. It's very mob vibe here. I'm just going to say that. It's very, very mob life kind of vibe. Exactly. We're always watching, always watching. So, and he bobs and weaves right out of the situation. So, whenever there's a situation that comes up, he just kind of bobs and weaves out of it. It's kind of miraculous. So, I think it's a testament to the intel that he has, the people that he has working for him that are routing out these individuals. In addition, I think that he's got people on the other side too that are moles. So when I say there's, and a lot of 45 people are going to not like me saying this, that it's very mob mentality, but unfortunately I think what was the saying in that Sean Connery Kevin Costner movie? Was it Kevin Costner?
His man pulls a knife. Your man pulls a gun.
Yes. His man pulls a knife. I can't do it. I can't. We need your mic on you, Greg.
Huh?
We need. What movie was that?
That was
The Untouchables. So Sean Connery. God bless him, Sean. I always forget he died. I always forget that. Moment of silence for Sean Connery. I'm gonna have to watch Islander tonight. Bring him back to life. There can be only one. So I think that he's got people on the other side so they know what's coming at him. Just saying, just putting it out there. It's very interesting. There's I guess when you play dirty pool with somebody, you gotta play by their rules. So that's just the way it goes. So Sally, since you yelled out that congratulations, I'm going to throw some cards for you, honey bunny. Let's get some cards for you. What do you need to know to have a great week? Oh, Grumpy Sapper got it. They send one of yours to the hospital. You send one of theirs to the morgue. So, thank you. Never did. Humanaki. I love your name, Humanaki. Thank you. I never did feel he'd be off, but as you say, they're always watching. Yeah, I think they are 10 steps ahead. I think they're 10 steps ahead. No, it's a great name though, isn't it? Humanaki?
Human Anunnaki hybrid, that would be a Nephilim.
Human Anunnaki hybrid. Are you a Nephilim? My husband wants to know if you're a Nephilim.
You have like second rows of teeth?
He wants to know if you have 2 rows of teeth. This seems like very personal questions.
I know. I'm sorry.
Sally, I'm going to throw you some cards, honey. What do you need to know to get through your week? What do you need to know to get through your week? Sometimes you don't have to see things from other people's perspectives. Sometimes you got to be, I hate to do this, but sometimes you have to be the turd in the punch bowl. And that is how you get people to lead you. And it doesn't matter that they don't like it. So, yes, he is a humanaki, Anunnaki and human. So, or he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, but are they intersex?
No, they're I don't know.
Okay. Humanaki, we're going to come back to your genetics here in a minute. So Sally, sometimes the other perspective is not important for you to know. Sometimes you need to shake people up to get them to follow you. They may not like it, but in the end, they're going to realize that you were right all along. So this isn't detouring from your purposes, from your sensibilities, from the way that you want things to go. It's not a detour from that. It's standing your ground and being firm about it, but not being a jerk. So, when we have the Lover's card here, this is leading strongly, confidently, because we're outcome based. Under the surface, sometimes we got to get sweet. I don't know if this is with your kids or with your pups or with your cats or something like that, but we got some littlings underneath you. And, sometimes you have to forget that they're littlings and you have to kind of get those little birdies out of the nest, get those little birdies standing on their own 2 feet. And sometimes it takes a little bit of hard direction and just follow me, because this really is the best route for you to go. You got to trust me on it. I'm going to make sure that you get flight, you get out there and you do well. So that was a gratis for you, Miss Sally L, Mustang Sally L. So Humanaki, let's talk about your teeth. So yeah, Greg and I are very keen on the Anunnaki. The Book of Enoch showed me who I am. We come from somewhere, right? Oh my God, you are awesome. You're my favorite sub of the day. So this is great. I love having an Anunnaki here. No, but Greg and I are very keen on the whole Anunnaki human hybrid thing. So it's great to have you here. I'm going to have more questions as they come up. Greg and I will be reaching out and asking you questions about your existence. So she said, yeah, me too. Yeah, that is awesome name. Awesome name. So so yeah, the Book of Enoch. I would love to get my hands on a Sylvia's daughter. I would love to get my hands on like a clean copy of the Book of Enoch and just kind of plow through it. Everything that I find is kind of piecemeal, so I'd like to read it straight through. Sylvia's daughter. That is a bold question. Is it true that the royal family had little people parties? Can't say the S word. On Balmoral or Sandringham. So like who was the kid in Game of Thrones? Was it which Stark kid was that they let go? Serpentine.
That was Rickon.
Rickon, like Rickon Stark. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing. So you know what we're gonna need for this. I'm sorry, guys. I got to do it. We're gonna. We're going to have to bust out Alicia Wicker's big deck energy. And so I have a new way of doing this. So because the deck is so big, that's what she said. Right, Greg? I have everybody in the box. Everybody in a box. So I just kind of flip them around. And, I did get some that flipped over, though. That did not happen just now. Let me flip those back over. And we're just going to pick from the box. It's going to be fun. This is the first time I'm using it like this. So we'll just kind of mix everybody up. Here. I'm not picking cards. I'm just kind of mixing them up. We'll shove them under. Shove them over. Do a little dance. Make a little love. This is Alicia's original deck. The original crime and conspiracy deck that's available on her website, aliciawicker.com. She is super duper. If you're not subscribed to her, go over there and subscribe to her. Her channel is booming. She's doing great over there. Not that she needs help from me. She's freaking fantastic though. So let's see. Any truth to these parties? We're going to start with tarot. We're going to go on over to the big deck energy crime and conspiracy deck. Oh my goodness. Supposedly Clinton and Bush Sr. were hunters. Oh my God. This is so awful. It's not getting much from that. So strength in reverse is information evolving, coming out. We're going to hear more about it now. And exposure, and it's going to be like a wet firecracker or a damp squid, as my good friend. What's that? Squib. That's what I said.
You said squid.
I said squib.
Squid.
You always think that I say yin yang too.
You did say it.
I said squib. I'm going to have to watch it on the replay. I have a feeling that's doing something weird. Give me a break.
I'm sorry. Is he interfering with the stuff you're saying?
I don't have a lateral lift.
It sounds like you do.
So, Humanaki, I need you to come here and ask questions all day. Oh, he did hear squid. Squib. Squib.
Thank you.
All right. So, got a weird answer here. Damp squid. Damp squib. All right. False accusations. The first card I got. False accusations. So we're going to pull another one. A directed energy weapon. So it doesn't have to be with Alicia's deck. It doesn't have to be the exact directed energy weapon. But what it really is an attack in a certain fashion. So let's see. Where's this coming from? Where's the story coming from? Where's this story coming from? We're going to pull some tarot. And I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay on my mic here. Stories coming from people who are celebrating and spreading lies to wreck the future, to turn the wheel of fortune back in their direction, and to become rulers of the world. So this is what I'm going to say. That there are individuals that are trying to dethrone the monarchy through false stories like this. And the effort is to, I'm going to say it, make a big earthling culture government. So Humanaki, we need you over here. We need representation. Help us out. So, I think this really is more of mudslinging, trying to make, the royal family just look so outside of bounds. Like they're just so beyond normal behavior. I just think that's what it is. I have a lot of my colleagues disagree with me on this. So a lot of my colleagues think that there is something very sketchy about the BRF. They think that, there's all this crazy like Freemasonry stuff that goes on. I just don't get that on the reg on my readings with them. Is it that I'm blind and I don't want to? Perhaps. As I take a sip of my Yorkshire red tea. I'm going to get a shirt that says damp squid. I'm getting one. Let's skip it on over, and we're going to keep this big deck energy out. We're going to keep Alicia's deck out. So I can't say the one name. I can't say it. But how many more islands are there? Do we have more islands? Let's see if we get a yes or no out of this. I'm nauseous from it. That's a yes. Well-protected islands. That 9 of Pentacles is a well-protected center. But also behind their own lines. So yes, I think we do have other islands out there. How many? That's saying 2, but that's also looking out at the world. I think there are more than we really want to know. I think there are some that are right out in the open. That are operating. I'm getting clear impressions of, it's like, I don't want to say South Asia because like everyone's gonna go Southeast Asia, but it's like more of Gary Glitter was there, I think. Sergeant Hatred. So so I think it's a very warm, oppressive, humid climate, but it's a resort town or resort place, resort country, resort island. It doesn't feel islandy as much as it feels coastal, and there is a network in that location. You know, I'm not getting really clear where exactly it is. I need a map. Let me bring up a map. I'll see if I can point it out on the map. See if because I know what I'm looking at. Oh, come on, just bring up the map. For Pete's sake. It's not letting me get close enough. So I'm getting there's this little alcove. Oh, for frig's sake. For Pete's sake. I'm getting a little alcove. Either near Thailand and like Cambodia, top of Malaysia. It's like a cove there. So Malaysia's on the west side, Thailand's to the north, Cambodia's to the east. And it's either in that little alcove, this area. So Thailand is like kind of what everybody talks about, right? In terms of ST.
Beautiful brown boy girls.
Yes, beautiful brown boy girls. Yeah, it kind of feels like that's a place that I'm zeroing in on, and it feels very much like that is kind of the top place right now. Are there islands there? I don't know. This feels like a port town. So we got one. And this is remote view, guys. So you know, like I'm tapping in remote viewing. So we've
Is in Myanmar.
You are full of beans today, aren't you? I'm talking to you.
I got energized today by something.
By something? What happened?
So I need to channel positive energy.
Oh, Gregory is channeling positive energy. Is this positive?
Relax.
Okay. So, you know, I think we've got transportation that is coming out of there, movement that is coming out of there, which is very interesting. I'm not getting islands as much as I'm getting more countries. I think the country that starts with the letter U, we're going to see a very big packing organization out of there, packaging. I think that is one that we're going to see. I'm getting a very dangerous territory here, guys. So if this is my last broadcast, please send help. But I'm getting in the U country. There's a lot of packaging that's going through there. So let's pull some of Alicia's cards. Let's get in here. Let's stick my hand in.
Why are you picking on Uruguay?
Down the rabbit hole. Not Uruguay.
Uganda?
Not Uganda.
Uganda be good.
Ooh, grandparent. Down the rabbit hole. Some more. Environmental hazard. So this is possibly, I hate to say it, if we're talking about the U country, maybe we're talking a little bit about Humanaki gets me. That's because you're psychic, Humanaki. Hi, Carolina. If we're talking about the U country, that location that had the event, the Chernobyl little place, there's something about that. So it's easy to hide stuff in an area that has an environmental kind of situation. This goes back a long time. You know, it's not just because of this event. They've been there for a while. So one of the things I can tell you in my studies about remote viewing that sometimes they will put government situations and think tanks and control rooms and secret spots underneath busy locations like highways or amusement parks or airports, those kinds of things, Denver, because it disrupts the psychic spy work that goes on. So sometimes it's very hard to remote view on a location that's very busy or has a lot of stuff. When you have an environmental hazard like Chernobyl, That can be really hard to remote view into because there's a lot of stuff going on, but it can also be impossible to go there. That area has been closed down. They've got like crazy wild dogs that live there from the people that left their dogs. There's all kinds of crazy stuff that goes on there. So, what's that?
The wild boars are really bad there.
The wild boars, yes, are very bad there. So, they're what?
Feral boars. They were the ones that were on the farms. And then
So that's what happens though. Like you can take one of those pretty pink pigs and put them out in the wild, and
they grow tusks.
yeah, they grow tusks and they grow tusk. Did it? No, not funny. Didn't work. So no, Humanaki, I don't think that it's what I'm talking about is not a lab on the border. This is a packing facility for those people that would go to islands. Like they would kind of round them up and move them on from there. Deborah thought I was talking about Uruguay too. Well, you know what? For the record, Uruguay is safe. It's fine. Actually, I don't know that, so don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that either. We're gonna take some of these cards out. Just give them a riffle shiffle, as Alicia would say. A riffle shiffle. She's better at it. She does like the casino shuffling. I don't. For some reason, that is a skill, despite being a cartomancer, that I cannot do. So let's see. What's that?
It's like a level 1 cartomancy skill.
It's a level 1 cartomancy skill? I don't think so.
I think it is.
I don't know about
I'm
that.
pretty sure it is.
What do you guys think? Should I learn how to casino shuffle? Let's see if I can do it right now. I got to lean over. I'm going to away from the mic. It's just, I'm not good at it. Let me see if I can do it with Alicia's cards. Need like an average size card deck. Let's try it. Let's try it.
If you want to learn, I will teach you.
You're going to teach me?
I can teach you.
With Alicia's deck, because it's so big, I think I just need one of those automatic shufflers. Oh, that was easier with this one. It was easier. All right. So maybe I can casino shuffle with Alicia's deck. I can't believe viewers are not dropping left and right watching me learn how to shuffle. All right, so that's going back in there. These will be ready to go when we need the next one. So, all right, let's talk about some lab work. Casino shuffle? That's odd for you? I don't even know what to say. Sorry, I am losing subs while I'm shuffling. So, all right, so let's see. Border labs. Oh, it's like a border collie.
No,
not like a border collie. Border labs. Let's talk about border labs in the east, border labs in the west, border labs in the east. Let's see. Those of you that are jumping in, I'm doing questions for you guys. Throw it at me. And I am also having a sale this weekend, 20% off my hour readings for Friday and Saturday. There's a link pinned. So, are there labs on the border? This would tell me that a lot of them are cleaned up. Most of them are cleaned up. It looks like they cannot get to some of them. There's something that they can't get to. Maybe that's why they were pushing forward. They cannot use fire on those locations, so they have to use the ground troops. This is really interesting. So they're not very hopeful about getting in there because of the way that they have to get in there. So it really is old-fashioned hand-to-hand combat. And I think that the other side, the U side, we're going to say the R side and the U side. So the R side doesn't want to use an R, like the letter R, not O-U-R. So the R side doesn't want to use fire because that is going to make things explode and it's going to be much more dramatic. And PR wise, that will be used against them. The U side is willing to use fire because that would create sympathy for them. The R side is trying to preserve that territory to get in there because it's evidence, not because it's home and it's happy. There is like sentimental kind of quality to it, but that's not really the gist of it. It's almost like the RAPE of the land. They don't want that. They want it to be back part of the R community because of the way that the culture is misusing everything there. So, and again, a lot of people think that I'm an R, sympathizer. I'm not. I'm just reading the cards. I've had a lot of trouble trying to get negative cards on the R side. So up here, they're kind of at a loss as to how to continue with this. It becomes very difficult because of this business with not being able to use the fire there and having to use people, the meat puppets that go in and kind of do what they have to do. That really is a bit problematic for them. I think they just don't have the manpower for it. The bigger brains, the leadership brains that are talking about this, they understand what is at stake, but they can't let the troops know. They can't let people below them know because it just becomes much more complicated. So I'm just going to bring up a map of the U. Bum, 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 ba-dum, 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 ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. So yeah, it really is this the eastern part of the U that is a problem. I'm gonna have to remote view on this. There's a huge river that goes through the middle of Ukraine.
You said it.
Oh, I did. And Chernobyl is up at the top of that river. It basically bisects the country. And I shouldn't say bisects. It looks like there's 1/3 that is to the east of the river. And I'm wondering, is that where all this is going to end? Is that where all this ends? Do we get to the river? That was a sloppy shuffle. Oh, I'm hitting buttons, guys. Sorry about that. Are you singing the River of Jordan?
I am.
There is only one river. I'm laughing because my husband is singing a song from the movie Airplane. I'm not laughing at the situation in R or U. So are we going to get to the river? No. So essentially, I think this sounds nuts, but if they were going to clean up, if R was going to clean up all of the U, they would have to go all the way to the river by hand. It would have to be by hand. They would have to have actual people walking across the country like it's, 1918. It really would be very, very difficult for them to do it. So the Crimea, let's take a look at the Crimea, because Crimea was annexed by Russia.
Crimea River.
I'm not going to cry you a river. It was annexed by Russia in 2014.
This is no, it's fine.
No, it's fine.
This is mine now.
Mine. All right, there's a lot of double agents in the Crimea. There are a lot of people that are working for both sides down there. It's really whatever money gets into their hand kind of leads them. Are you going to get dressed? Oh no. So yeah, a lot of double agents with
naked the whole time?
Greg was not naked the whole time. He's wearing a Speedo.
I'm wearing powder.
He said he's wearing powder. Oh, yeah. Hands up. Yeah. Hit number 1 if you love it when Gregopedia is here. Hit number 2 if you don't. So yeah, there's double agents in the Crimea. The Crimea really is experiencing some difficulties in terms of leadership there. They've got people that are on the take there. There's some weird stuff going on, a lot of weird offers. If you do this for us, we will do this for you. So I think that's going to be a problematic area in the future. I hate to say that, but in the future. So So all right, let's get on a happy note. Yeah, Penny, he does have a mic. But where is your mic?
You have to join the end of the channel. It's a pain.
So in order for him to be on, he has to actually be invited to the stream, and he, has to turn off his camera. It's a whole thing. It says it's a pain in the arse. So he's saying it's a pain in the arse. Let's check in on Beavers. Unless you want me to check in on anybody else.
Beavers?
The Beavers.
Oh, Beavers.
Check in on the Beavers. Deborah likes it when you're here.
Thank you, Deborah.
He said thank you. So the Beavers are doing good. They're nesting though. They're getting ready for baby to get here. They're not quite ready, but they are nesting. There's some complications with how things are going with the setup in the house. So that's that 2 of Swords up there. So she's not thrilled with like the baby studio, the baby nursery, whatever they're calling it. There's some construction and things going on getting ready for that. She is much deeper into the nesting than one would think. I know she's 5 or 6 months pregnant along, but she seems like she's very deep into the nesting. I didn't start to really nest with Ella until I was 8 weeks, 6 weeks off. Hi, wifey. So I did not start to nest with her until about 2 months before my due date. So I started to I took off from work thinking I had 2 months off, and I had her 2 weeks later. So really didn't get that nesting itch. God bless my Uncle Kenny, who I said I need to paint the room, and he came over and painted the room. And then I found out after how much he hates painting, but he totally helped out. So he's a good guy. He also redid our air conditioning last year. He's an awesome guy. Yeah, first degree heating and air conditioning in New Jersey. If you need some service, ask for Ken. Awesome guy. So the Beebs, I think Justin feels a little bit less ready. I think he is a a little bit less ready than Sweetie Pie Haley is. I think she's more anxious to get the baby here, and I think that that's causing her some angst with the nursery and getting the nursery ready. So it's a weird phase for them because they are coming out of some marital difficulties. So this is like a happy thing, but they're going into a different dynamic of the relationship. And I think they're both starting to feel it, Justin, a bit more than Haley. So but time marches on, that baby's gonna get here. So I wonder if we're gonna have some issues with that Page of Cups. I think maybe we're going to see a delivery that's a little tricky, or maybe some difficulties there. So interesting. So we will go over Humanaki with the big questions. Is Nibiru real? So Nibiru is a planet that allegedly comes back in. It's your homeland, isn't it? Isn't that your homeland? Or did your homeland blow up? I think Nibiru, you guys are on Nibiru too. Is Nibiru real? Is it real? Is it real, and is it coming back? Chariot says it's on its way. Things are moving. That's a yes. But it's going to come with many other things. So, hi Amber A, how are you? So is Nibiru real? It is moving, it is on the move. Yes, it is real, but it is going to come with other things. What other things are we going to get? We're going to see a change in the gravitational pull when that planet does arrive, when it does make an appearance. Amber, I'm going to get to you in just a second, baby. Hang on there. Don't leave. I'll get to you in just a second after we're done talking about Nibiru. So it's going to change the gravitational pull, but we're going to get an interesting meetup with either the characters that come along with it or the characters that come along on it. So it's going to be an interesting meetup for us. And once that happens, it is going to happen fairly quickly. I think some people are going to freak out. It's going to be like Mars attacks, ack. Like some people are going to freak out and just be like, I don't know what's going on. Hang on. Yes, you may. Surabhi. Yes, you may ask questions, but sit tight because I've got a few on the table. Wrapping it up soon. Everybody, get your questions in. I am also having a sale on readings this weekend. So 20% off on readings for Friday and Saturday. Only those 2 days. I've got stuff I'm doing on Sunday. And if you want to have a private one-on-one reading with me, you guys can do that. So they're going to bring us some good information, some good stuff. They're going to be good partners, but we're going to feel very small in comparison to them. Not just in stature, but in ability. So we're going to be like, oh, like we're like a bunch of dorks down here. It's like, the trailer park set shows up at the country club, that's kind of how it's going to be. So, we, in my opinion, Earth is probably the trailer park of the universe. So, we just gotta, we gotta lean into that, that characterization. So it could be worse, could be worse. We could be like the crack house of the universe. So, could be bad. So, Anna Perkins, my favorite Ferengi. How are you? We've got a Humanaki here too. Strangely watching the War of the Worlds. The mirror is quite topical. Absolutely. Sorry, let me get up here. Let me get back up here. So are the British royal family lizard people? Are they lizard people? Human or not? Human or not? So they're human. They're not what everybody wants to hear. Is it not weird enough to be in the British royal family in the line of succession, being, a victim of the accident of birth? I feel a certain way about monarchies. I think there's something to be said about individuals that are born into leadership, that have leadership thrust upon them, and we have the opportunity to mold them into good leaders. We could see that with Will and Harry. William seems to have been molded into a fairly responsible person. He doesn't look like he's rolling around in the weeds with girls out behind pubs and getting smacked on the bum and smoking the weeds, smoking the tweeds with his friends at boarding school. If he was, he's hiding it. But it just, there's something to be said about being bred and born into leadership. And I think, in a modern society, we learn more. Was King Charles molded into the ideal king? Not necessarily, but I think that the traditions and not allowing him to marry the woman that he loved and that he chose created some conflict there. Would King Charles have been in a better position had he not been set up to marry the Princess of Wales, Princess Diana? He maybe he would have been a completely different person. We don't know. But I can do a reading on that privately. Perhaps I will. So are the royal family lizards? I'm going to disagree with a lot of my psychic friends here, or a good portion of my psychic friends. No, I don't think that they are lizard people. Amber, will Jay contact me? So Amber, Jay is out in a cornfield right now. Psychically, I see him out in a cornfield. I don't think anybody can contact him. That Page of Cups, though, is a yes. So we're going to go a little bit deeper for you. All right. He doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know how to reach out and contact you. He's busy doing all the things that men do. I don't want to say he's out sowing his wild oats, but he's out there. He's busy. He's full of energy and full of vim and vigor. But he's out in a cornfield, and I don't know if he's working, or it might be a wheat field. I don't know if he's actually working in that field or if he's lost in it. It just seems like he is out there kind of enjoying himself. He's not disagreeable to being out there. It's almost like the solitude really suits him well. So, is he a rolling stone? A little bit. His energy is kind of scattered all over the place. Does he have feelings for you? Absolutely. Yeah, he's got it here, but he doesn't know how to conduct himself in that. So, is he drinking? Are you tell me you're from the Midwest? My first husband was from the Midwest, and they used to go drinking in the cornfields. This says, getting a little too much, having a little too much fun there, but cutting it off because there really is this goal. So, are we sowing some wild oats in a cornfield or a wheat field? Yes, it looks like it, but he's liking the solitude at the moment. So, what's the way do we get this guy? Because he doesn't know how to communicate. How do we get him to communicate? What's your responsibility? I think you need to reach out because it looks like he has a lot of trouble doing that. So maybe a nudge, but not too much of a nudge because it looks like he may react with like he might bristle a little bit. So not too much of a nudge. You may not get the results you want now, but you may be planting seeds as well. So there's a bit more than I thought I was going to read on that, but. So I don't think he's going to contact you because he's enjoying the solitude of that field, not being troubled by anything other than the wind and the sound of wheat. He's not Malachi. That's a cornfield. Oh, I don't think so. So Amber, I hope you enjoyed that. If you would like to get a larger reading, I do have a sale going on this weekend. The link is pinned in the comments. You can go jump up there. I'm just going to take a look at more of the comments here, just to see. make sure I didn't miss anybody. Fascinating subject. Indeed. That's a huge, huge endorsement from a humanaki. Reptilian in as old-blooded in nature and keeping a stiff up. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're an odd lot. There's really not much we can do. Yes, William doing a fabulous job. He will be a good king one day. Oh, 3 Gorges Dam. Is it causing weather issues? All right, hang on. Oh, am I amazing? Thank you. I'm trying. You're in the Midwest. That's awesome. It's awesome. Humanaki. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all these. I have a picture of my grandfather's back of an old truck. Yeah, with Johnny Cash drinking moonshine. Yeah, he's just kind of chilling out there. You are welcome, Amber. All right, everybody sit tight. I got a bunch of questions. And yes, wifey, I do have a sale going on. So there, I just put the link in there. So if you guys want to book a longer reading with me, you can. It's only for this Friday and Saturday. So if you want to get in there and get a reading, go do it. Are countries donating to the U? Are they laundering that? I got to get Alicia's deck. All this Anunnaki. That was a huge sloppy shuffle. All right, so half the cards fell on the floor. Bear with, guys. Bear with just a second. Sorry, kids. There's crime and conspiracy all over the place. That's one way to shuffle your cards. You just throw them on the ground. So, countries donating money to you. Are they laundering? Affirmative. That's an affirmative right there. That's a yes. There is dissension in the ranks, though, here, because we've got the 5 of Wands in reverse and the 3 of Wands in the upright. So basically what's happening is they are arguing about what direction all of this is going to head in. So how we're going to cover, what we're going to do. That conflict, that 5 of Wands in reverse is what's going to cause some issues here. We're going to have people that are jumping ship, making mistakes, that kind of thing, and they're trying to firm it up. So we're going to see losses. We're going to see people turning up in different places, not breathing. Oh. Yeah, that was a good one, right? So yeah, they're going to have to eliminate some of the major players. And the major players that I'm getting intuitively are like accountant types, those types, the ones that are in charge of the funding, the monies. So we're going to see that happen, but it's going to be well concealed. So it's going to take a very crafty individual to pull that information out. Let's get some of this big deck energy.
I took it out.
Yeah.
Had a call that put me off of work today.
Oh. It's going to rain too. So this is what it's going to take to uncover stuff. And it's somebody who is retired or hiding out. Who dat? Who dat? I get the fake death card, Greg.
Raiders?
Yeah.
Gonna be talking?
No. What if it's JFK Jr.?
What?
What if it's JFK Jr. that shows up?
Well, now, new challengers entered the ring.
That's where this election is going. JFK Jr. All of a sudden, RFK Jr. takes the mask off and goes, "Here's my running mate." How cool would that be? No?
Wouldn't surprise me.
That's only like if you have Vince McMahon as your like campaign manager.
Oh my God, you didn't see it coming.
Dun, 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 dun. So, So yeah, I think there's a lot of that business going on, a lot of that shady business. Shady business. So we got that. All right, we're gonna get off that. We're gonna get off this question. Getting off fat. Hang on. I had a lot of comments. Surabi Kumari. So when will you be in a relationship? So tarot can tell time, but we're going to talk more about the stuff you have control over, because we want agency over relationships. We want agency over what we're doing with ourselves. So let's see what you have to do, what hurdles you need to jump through to get in a relationship.
You need to go to church. Mm-hmm.
So, Shadabi, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. So you've done all of the soul searching, but you haven't looked in the right places for this partner. All of your ducks are in a row. You're ripe for the picking. Let's put it that way. But you're flaunting or thwarting the efforts of your elders and tradition. So what I'm going to say is, going against the grain too much, being in a relationship, throwing off the traditions or the practices of our cultures sometimes can backfire on us. Like sometimes we need to lean into that a little bit. Those traditions and structures were in place long before we got here because they worked for hundreds of years. They may seem weird, oppressive, awkward, unusual, but they work. One of the things that I'm very fortunate. I adore my husband, who is over here, and we make jokes all the time that we actually have an arranged marriage because our moms were best friends when we were growing up. They were really good friends. They were very excited when we got together. But one of the things that my father's Jewish, and I love the concept of the matchmaker, make me a match, find me a find, catch me a catch. Deborah, that was for you. So, it was from Fiddler on the Roof. Do you want me to sing Yentl next? Papa, can you hear me?
You want to build a snowman? Song.
It's the same song. So, leaning into the elders, the structures, the people that traditionally would do matchmaking in your community or in your family may not be a bad idea here, because it looks like you're looking in the wrong pockets. So they may be able to dip into their pocket and find this young specimen that's going to be a really good match for you. And that was one of the things that I said to my dad. I was like, I just want to outsource dating. When I was in my early 20s, I was like, just want to outsource this. Like, I can't be bothered. I don't want to go on all these dates. I don't want to run around and go dancing with people and pretend I like them over dinner. That was really, I just didn't want to do it. But all's well that ends well. I found my husband, but my soulmate, I found my twin flame. Are you my twin flame, Greg?
Sounds like need supporters over that.
My husband said it sounds like we need some cortisone. So, Surabi, I would reach out to power centers, family, put the word out. Those kinds of people are going to be able to match you up very nicely.
Well, it depends on what kind of culture. There's some cultures that are just not very nice towards women.
I don't know. Surabi's a woman.
Or they were men. I don't know.
Don't know, but there is a relationship for you that will be connected through a power center or through an elder or through someone in your family. So, but just to be sure, Surabi, this can be, friends of yours that are older. That was one of the things that before I started dating my husband, Gregopedia, the know-it-all. I had asked some guy friends of mine. I'm like, just set me up with somebody, screen the process for me. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom, and I just didn't want to go out there, on my own. I wanted like a personal referral. So that's really the direction I'm telling you to go in. So, all right, so let's go. We're going to talk about this Three Gorges Dam. Is it causing weather problems? Is it causing weather problems?
What are you harping on about?
Huh?
What are you harping on about?
What am I harping on about? I love to harp on the weather.
What weather? There is no weather.
It's all climate.
What are you talking about?
So whatever's going on there, it's not working. It's working and no one is happy. It's not working and no one is happy about it. So we've got some issues there. The idea, so I did see Wifey's comment. Did it blow yet? I think they're going to get rid of it. I think it's going to be gone. I think they got to get rid of it. It's causing too many issues. I know that sounds radical and crazy. But we've got the 3 of Pentacles there. They're going to have to, they can't walk back what has been done. So they're going to have to, blow the whole thing sky high. Another song.
I keep thinking, this is going to be a long one. When we talk about like weather issues, I keep thinking of the G.I. Joe episode when Cobra made a weather dominator and the parts were blown apart across the globe and they had to find them. And so that's it.
So that's it.
That's it.
What G.I. Joe was that? The movie?
It was like the first.
Was that Channing Tatum?
No. It was the cartoon version.
Oh, the cartoon. I'll watch the Channing Tatum.
And then there was a.
That's G.I. Joe, man.
Then there was a.
I slide right in there.
Anyway, sorry, I digress. Go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So, how's Bixby doing over there?
Just telling me the weather.
Is it raining yet?
No.
So it was supposed to rain here for our holiday on Monday, and they were promising thunderstorms all day long. We didn't get any. So Three Gorges Dam. Yeah, there's some funky stuff going on with the weather, and I think they're going to eliminate the whole problem. This is like in the movie Beer Fest, where they had to get rid of the monkey frogs. So, are they going to throw them in a dumpster and put lighter fluid on? Maybe. All right. So next question. Humanaki, it is your day, Bubby. And I got to go back over to the comments in a second. So I'm going to answer this question. Actually, I'm going to go over to the comments real quick. I'm just going to see what's over there. What is over there? Surabi is a woman. Good, because Surabi sounds like a beautiful woman's name. Let me see. Okay, hang on. Vashita, hang in there. Yes, donation are appreciated, but not required. Humanaki, it's okay. You are awesome. Just make sure that you hit that like button and share the snot out of my channel. Wifey, that's true. I did make you a mod because you're here all the time. You're part of the mod squad. So yes, dead man tell no tales. No, Humanaki, you are always welcome here. You got a cool name, cool questions, awesome questions. I love the awesome questions. Yes, this is true. Oh, wifey, that's a bigger one. That's a way big question. So and you are welcome, Surabi. You are welcome. Sylvia's daughter, I'm gonna star that comment about Meghan Markle. Is it?
No, it's drumming. Sorry.
Oh, it's drumming. We thought we heard thunder, but it's drumming. We haven't heard it in so long. Angus is on a break from drumming right now. I am not an admin on Telegram. Oh, but wifey is. See if she can sort you out. Unfairly banned. How would someone ban you, Sylvia? You are awesome. That is not cool. I actually got a ban on TikTok using Fortune Cookies Tarot, and they wouldn't fix it. So I'm Sloppy Shuffle Tarot over on TikTok. I haven't started posting there a lot. I just reset everything, but 23 folks watching. So guys, those of you that are just jumping in, I'm doing readings for you guys. I am also having a sale on private readings this weekend. You can ask me anything. This is an ask me anything kind of thing. But you can, if you want a private 1 hour reading, it's 20% off for Friday and Saturday. There's a link in the description. And there is also a link in the pinned comments. So I will put it in the comments on the replay as well. So, here's our question. Here we go. And I think I'm going to stop at Sylvia's daughter's question about Meghan Markle. I think that's going to be my last one. Because Gregopedia is staying home. I got to figure out something for dinner. I also got to take my daughter over to an appointment. So, are the chemtrails to hide planetary systems visiting us? This is a no, it is not. It is not for that reason. The chemtrails are, there's stuff in it that they want to spray over certain areas, it's just a little bit of population control, a little bit of Jennifer on my side. Going to some big deck energy. Again, this is the Alicia Wicker Crime and Conspiracy deck. I've got cards all over the place. I've got one that's bent. That was under my wheel. So that Empress of Cups and the Queen of Swords right there in the middle. We're looking at nanny state. They're looking to kind of care for things. But why? Why are we caring for things? That girl is poison.
Humanity was too sick to continue.
Oh, my goodness. When is Stranger Things coming out?
I don't know.
So how do you feel about those chemtrails? Your instincts are very important in them. So if you see them, and honestly, I don't think that it's really that avoidable. I think it disperses into the system, into the air system. I think you're going to get it, whether you like it or not. It's there. Doesn't matter if you wear one of those crazy masks or gas mask or something. It's just gonna float down. So, getting us used to seeing those, they could pop something else in there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hang on, there's sedans outside my house. So, there we go. Now we're talking about that. That glass is so refreshing. It just looks wonderful, doesn't it? So, that transhumanism, I always feel is, not just the mechanical aspect of it, but also, altering things. So, I think we're going to get off that again before I do have sedans in my front driveway. Again, too hot for YouTube subject. So good questions, though. Good questions. So Vashita, do Veyron and you have a future together? Let's see. So I'm going to say yes. I do see the two of you together, but there's something very cold fish about him. There is, if you're expecting him to become very sweet and romantic, it's not something that's in his nature. He's not like that. In fact, he can be a little bit cruel at times because he's so cold. He just is not super romantic, warm and fuzzy, accommodating. What he is doing is what's that? Greg is quoting a Prince song. He is very calculating and discerning in his choice of mate. There are not many that match to you. So you are at the top of the heap, looking very very attractive in all aspects of it, intellectually, physically, all of those things. So you are a very good match, but he's still considering other options. You are at the top of the heap, though. It would be, you would be pick, let's say it that way. Is there someone better for you out there? I just want to take a look at this. Ace of Pentacles.
They can't all have me.
They can't all have you, Greg. That's right. That's right. So I'm going to ask, is there a love that got away from you? A situation that maybe you are pining away for that individual. I don't know if it's Veyron, but there is a love lost that is a better fit that would provide you with much more happiness. But for some reason, you both think that this is a lost opportunity. You don't know if the opportunity is lost unless you ask. So I would, if there is someone that you still carry a torch or even a match for, I would go back in time and just see how you feel about reaching out to that person. I don't know if Veyron and you are in a committed relationship right now, but it may serve you well to go back into history and just take a peek. Because I just don't think that Veyron is super romantic and super super sweet like that. I think it would be a life where you would be left longing for some intimacy, so to speak, like an intellectual intimacy. Not being suggestive here. So, but I do wish you the best of luck with that. So keep us advised. So before I get to Sylvia's daughter's question, I'm just going to go through, yes, population control. Oh, really, Anna Perkins? That's wild. All right, so let's just scroll up. Cold fish sounds like a catch. Rah, rah, rah. Only if you can bread them and fry them. Hang on, I'm just going back. Trying to catch up. Everybody saying hi, Gregopedia?
Hello.
It's beginning to bow outwards. Okay, I have no idea what the Three Gorges Dam is, so I'm gonna have to go look at it now.
thought that was the person's name. Three Gorges Dams.
Three Gorges Dam. Damn the man. The Three Gorges Dam actually changed the Earth. Okay, now I really got to find out more about that.
Change the Earth rotation?
Yeah.
Really?
That's what Humanaki says. Or maybe Humanaki changed the Earth's rotation and is blaming it on the Three Gorges Dam just to confuse us. Maybe this is subterfuge. No, I'm kidding. Humanaki, tell me anything, I'll believe it.
Nibiru, things right.
We're here from the government. We're here to protect you. I have a very old friend, Anna Perkins. I'm getting you. I have a very old friend who has health problems other than the aging process. Will he make a full recovery? Let me throw some cards all over the floor. It's like sloppy shuffles all over the place today. So yes, there's okay, not I don't want to say full recovery. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a crazy tarot reader out here in YouTube land. And he's from lives in Athens, Greece. Now it doesn't make a difference. So stabilization versus full recovery, two different things. So we get some rough patches here where we're not getting things going. I'm getting circulation. There's an issue with the circulation. Things are not moving around properly. The rotation is not working. So, that issue, I'm getting a lot of blood. There's like blood flow that's not working correctly. There's atrophying of those tubes that the blood goes through, veins, that kind of thing. We don't get correction, but we get better flow going through. So the actual arteries and veins are not corrected, but we get better flow. So I don't know if that's like blood thinners that we're going to be dealing with. The restoration of the pliability of the tissues is something that needs to be done. So that, and I'm not sure how we get there. I don't know if that's something that's correctable. I think the thinning of the blood, going on blood thinners or something. I don't know. Tell me if I'm onto the track here. That can be done, but the thinning is the softening of those tissues is not really easily done. So that may be where we're hung up, but we do get to a plateau where we can, kind of continue on. And continue on, fairly normal fashion. There's going to be a number of doctors that are working together to, sustain things, make things work. So, that part of it. But, if you can find somebody to get the plasticity, the stretchability, the softness back into those tissues and the veins, that might be a thing. The Knight of Swords is sometimes somebody who goes in there and does something. So maybe they may have to take out a section, and maybe that helps. I don't know. Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a psychic and a remote viewer. So that's tubes. I said tubes. I said tubes. Well, I'm not a doctor. I'm a remote viewer. I have to say what I'm in. I was in a tube. So Greg's giving me a hard time. He's telling me how to do my job here. So I do, Anna Perkins, hope that your friend does make some semblance of recovery. So absolutely. And I'm scrolling through. So thank you for the question. Oh, grumpy. Yeah, I will talk about the jab in another one. I have regrets. Yes, he's a man of mystery off screen. One day you may see him. Not today, Mr. Potter. Okay, got Princess of Wales. Hi, Amain. Hi, hang on there. Hang on there. Mercury and Leo. How you doing? Yes, donations are always appreciated. There you go. Mercury and Leo has questions about James Hetfield. Oh, wifey, I missed your.
I think I know the answer to James Hetfield.
I got a lot of questions here.
Can I answer the one for James Hetfield?
Yeah. Yes, and I am having a sale this weekend. 20% off hour-long readings. There's a link pinned in the comments. But I am going to wrap it up with wifey's question about Jim Carrey playing Old Joe. All right, so Sylvia's daughter. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Hold it now. Hold it down. Hold it down. Hit it. I'm loving this Wednesday, guys. I just want you to know I have been in a psychic state since like 11 o'clock this morning. It has been fantastic. I like living in this world. Oh, sleepy. Of course she has. So, but we're going to find out. She thinks she's slick, but she's not. Sleeper account, moving money around. Talk is cheap. Ace of Wands and Two of Wands underneath. So she enlisted some assistance for this. And I do think that we've got some motherly support on this one. But, this is kind of like, well, I deserve to take some of this because, like, he is just a mess and I'm probably going to need it later. So, she justified taking skimming. There's skimming. So, a lot of this comes from the clothing. So when she was in the royal family, you have to remember she had about $1 million in clothing that she received. But she flipped all of that. Like that's why we don't see a lot of rewears from back then, because she flipped a lot of it. A lot of it went into I don't quite know how to say this, but it's like a company that was set up, and I do think that she had a hand in setting this up, a company that was set up and funded. It's almost like they got a loan from a bank to set up this company that's going to sell that clothing later. So that clothing is not out on the market yet, but there is a system put in play, a company that was funded by a loan that is backed by the clothing that is being put in storage, and eventually they're going to sell that. They were waiting for her Q rating to come up. They're waiting for her value to come up. So does that happen after Harry is gone? Does that happen after the titles are gone? Does that happen after 100 years, when she's an old lady living in a crappy apartment over a barbershop? I mean, perhaps, but the plan, this is probably the furthest thinking that she had ever. I'm going to have to clip this video and post it up as a separate video, but she, this was something she had some help on it. There's somebody who gave her a hand on this, but she wants to tap into that money now. She would love to, but she knows that is an investment that she has. So there's a storehouse somewhere with a whole bunch of her clothes in it. Hopefully she's going to pay the rent on it. And it's climate controlled. Because they can't pull from that yet, even though she wants to, and she keeps feeding that beast. So the loan money, is she using that loan money occasionally? Yes, that is a pool, a petty cash box that she can tap into, because it's almost backed by like an insurance policy. It's a very convoluted, weird thing, but they move that. So it's like the 12 companies that they set up in what is it? Baltimore, but Maryland, Rhode Island. Where do they set up all those? Where's Joe Biden from?
Delaware.
Delaware. That's Delaware. That's what I was thinking of. So all those companies that they set up in Delaware, it's almost like they bounce this asset around. So it's, the Meghan Markle wardrobe is valued at X amount of dollars, because it's historical. It's almost like they pitched it as these are going to be historical items. We really can't put a value on them. We don't know how much they're going to be. So the loan that they got based on those historical items is money that she taps into and money that they have that sustains the storage of the beast, the clothing, not the beast. Line from Ghostbusters, if you didn't know. Yeah, proton charging. There's a sale on that. There's also a sale on private readings this weekend. So 20% off all my tarot readings and past live readings. I just book the hour. We'll do whatever you want. Not whatever you want. It's not like Meghan Markle here, but what? It's not OnlyFans. Yes, it's only divination. But yeah, so 20% off all my readings, 1 hour readings. Book it. We'll figure out what you need done. Can be Lenormand, can be can use my Lenormand board. You can see your whole life. It'd be really crazy. So but yeah, so the way that this was set up, and somebody calendar this because this is going to come up later. But this isn't a shady prospect that she did. This is not a shady thing. If this goes, if and when the divorce happens, or if anyone ever finds any fault with her for any kind of shuffling around money, this is one that's going to be on the up and up. This is one that's going to be super clean, and they're going to be like, yeah, we can't touch it with a 10-foot pole because that clothing was given to her. And once it's given to her as a gift, even if it comes from the royal family and taxpayer money, she is at her own means to do whatever she wants. So, if she wants to make them historical items and monetize them, absolutely she can do that. Now, is this collection, is the Meghan Markle collection, is it going to be worth anything eventually? Like, are we going to see this be worth any money? It's going to be worth what people pay for it. If they have an auction 20 years from now, yeah, people are going to be paying for stuff. There's going to be a lot of haggling, a lot of bargaining. I don't think it's going to be worth what they think it's going to be worth, but it's going to yield some money. Her behavior is going to yield some money. God help the person who buys that inverted booby dress, though. That thing was hideous. I'm sorry. That was such a bad design. It looked great on the model, but the model had, was extremely slim breasted. Let's put it that. I think that's the correct way to say it. Huh? Sport titted. Yes. So, will the Princess of Wales be okay? And guys, I see a lot of comments coming in. 2 hours and 14 minutes, and we're still raging here doing readings. Gotta wrap it up though. I got things I have to do. I gotta make some kind of dinner. Now I'm roped into dinner. So, will the Princess of Wales be okay? Psychically, yes. This is things are happening. I think we had a turn of events, guys, and I think that's why we got and I think she's disappointed. I think we had a turn of events that needed to be addressed by the additional time that she's going to be down. Are they cloning her? Is she in a coma because they're putting her venom sacs in or something like that? No, I think we're dealing with a situation where someone has an affliction, a malady, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed in good time. I think we've had a setback. I think that's, initially she had the surgery, then they got the notification that there was some cancerous cells there. I've always bristled at the preventative chemo. I don't think that it was preventative. I think that the chemo was necessary. I think they had to get in there and do that.
How do I get venom sacs?
What's that?
How do I get venom sacs? I want venom sacs.
You want venom sacs?
Yeah.
You got a sack.
I'm full of venom.
It's full of something. So ultimately, very guarded on the prognosis of this. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky. What the thing that they have going on here is going to be a little bit tricky, and I think we're going to see a daily chemo pill for a while. I think this is going to be something that she's dealing with, not just for this year. I think she's going to be dealing with it for a while. Dealing with it, slow and steady wins the race. So I've said in my other readings, I think she's doing some dietary monitoring, some things that she's tinkering with that. So, does all of this equal excellent health at the moment? No, it does not. Does all of this equal a steady course and battle toward better health? Absolutely. This Ace of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles says a very slow process, but we're going to get there eventually. So I think we just have to be patient. We've got to shake off all these people that are like, where's Kate? Where's Kate? Hashtag where's Kate? Where's Kate? I've had it in my comments. It is what it is. They just have to be patient. Anybody who's gone through a serious illness like this, would be very generous. These people that are being very crazy about it, just not okay. So what is going on with James Hetfield? Let's see what's going on with James Hetfield. Yeah. Yeah. Those of you that are unaware of the band Metallica, James Hetfield says yeah in like every single song, so much that there is a montage of yeahs on YouTube.
An hour long.
I think it's an hour long. I'm gonna pull it up and I'll put it in the comments. Huh?
It's only like 10 minutes.
I will full on. There's there's a few of them. Hang on, guys. Hang on. This is one of them. I'll put it in the comments. There you go. You can enjoy that. Those of us that are Metallica fans. So Metallica signed their first record contract walking distance from my house. Walking distance from my house right now. Oh. Divorce? Is he getting divorced? Oh my. Now I gotta look it up. Yeah, it looks like separate ways. Someday love will find you.
Is he unforgiven?
I think so. I'm just looking this up. As of now, James Hetfield and Francesca Tomasi are not officially divorced, but speculations loom large. I'm the best psychic ever. Let me toot my own horn. Toot, toot. An older interview with Hetfield and insights from close friends suggest that the couple is contemplating a divorce shortly. That he looks like Jimbo.
Hmm?
There's something very Jimbo about James Hetfield. Is it the facial hair?
I always thought it was more Burt Lahr.
Who?
James Hetfield.
Really?
Looks like the Cowardly Lion.
No. Looks like Jimbo in this picture.
I know what you're talking about.
So he's got the cute little smiley eyes that Jimbo has. So look at that. So there's definitely somebody who did some shady stuff here. I'm sorry that I had to look that up. I usually don't look up stuff on my readings until after I'm done. But yeah, heartbreak. They can't put this act back together. There's so this Four of Cups is sometimes mediation for me. That sometimes says, hey, we're going through mediation, but in the course of that mediation, we're going to find out that somebody did some shady stuff. We're going to split things right down the middle, and kind of come to a conclusion. So if the process of deciding to split up took a long time, the actual split is going to happen very quickly. So who did the shady behavior? Shady behavior, possibly third party involved. Getting busted with text messages or something like that. But the third party, because it does have the 10 of Wands there, that third party can be work in some cases. So some people are married to their jobs. Gregpedia did not like my former job because I was constantly doing it and constantly on the phone and talking to clients and hustling and just working a little too much and not paying attention to him enough. Now I get to pay attention to you all day long and include you in my work. Isn't that wonderful, Gregopedia? Oh, come on, it is. You're glad.
Awesome.
You're glad I stayed in this room.
That's awesome. Great.
So yeah, I'm seeing a divorce in the mix here for him. So Mercury and Leo, let's get you that date. Let's get you that date. Why not, James Hetfield? So definitely something got in the way of that marriage. He was paying attention to something else, which is something I don't understand. I'm married to an introvert. I'm an extrovert. Those moments that I need my husband to be a bit more extroverted, I ask him to do it and he does it. So fun stuff. So Mercury and Leo, there's going to be a blank space for James Hetfield. All right. Let's see. Is Jim Carrey playing Joe? I saw a weird interview with Jim Carrey the other day. Guy is riveting. I think he's on my list, Greg, of people I would like to have lunch with. So Greg and I have this fun thing that we do when we say, like, who's a famous, historical, current, living, dead person that you would like to have lunch with? Someone you would find really interesting to discuss things with. I have a pretty big list. And I think Jim Carrey is on that list.
Have lunch with him?
Have lunch with him just to find out what he knows.
If we can keep him from, turning into other characters, yes.
I wouldn't even care if he turned into other characters.
Wait, only if he's going to ask me a few questions.
It's all right. Is Jim Carrey playing Joe? Let me know in the comments who is a historical figure, and like all they would let you know anything you want to know. Let me know what historical figures you would like to have lunch with. So let's see what is going on with Jim Carrey. Is Jim Carrey playing Joe Biden? I said it. I said the name.
In like for real or in a movie?
No, like is he the guy in the rubber mask?
He wore a mask, but that was a low key.
Well, let's see. The Empress, Page of Swords, the Moon, Page of Pentacles. This is a murky answer. Is it him? No. That King of Wands in reverse. I'm going to say no, it was not him. Is not him. But what is going on? Jim Carrey is cultivating something. I think he's like getting a degree. It's very strange, but it's all under wraps. We don't know about it. I don't think we're going to see him do too much acting. I think he's going to lay low on the acting for now.
I also think he's on the outs of the
Hollywood elite,
of the elite, the underground elite, the eyes wide shut.
So Gregopedia thinks that he is on the outs with the elite, the secret people out there.
Not secret president.
Not secret president. So yeah, and that's here. He is in conflict with the powers that be. They're not happy with him. But it was his wish to be away from that. So he's doing so. I'm wondering if he's at an ashram.
No, he has been doing a lot of like.
Has he been doing that?
He's been doing a lot of like looking more into Eastern philosophies.
So I think he's at an ashram. The ashram. So yeah, but I don't think we're gonna see him.
He's somewhere in Tibet.
Exactly. We're doing all of the lines from Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls, which I still think was better than the first one.
Yes, I believe so.
We have 2 copies of the second one, but not the first one.
It's twice as good as the good.
It is twice as good. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no on that Jim Carrey thing. But wifey, thank you for your contribution. I appreciate it. I will give that to Gregopedia. He gets that. He gets that contribution. So, huh? You get $4.99.
Oh. Is that in what are they? Dinar?
No, it's American money. I'm not getting dinar.
No, UAE. Is that what they use?
No, it's from wifey.
Oh, wifey.
Not from Grumpy Zapper. No, I think he's sleeping. It's pretty late over there. Anna Perkins, spot on with the circulation problem. There's another problem I didn't pick up on, so that's good news. Okay, yeah, it was mainly the tubes, as I said, mainly the tubes that I saw. That seems like that's going to alleviate a lot of problems. So, so everybody's laughing at Nature's Call. The debate. Oh my God, that would be hilarious, wifey, if he ripped the mask off and went showtime. Yeah, the mask has slipped a few times. Yeah. Yeah. So it's not just that Meghan Markle has socked away those clothing, like the Meghan Markle collection. I think there's other monies that she's swirling away too. I think she's skimming off the top. I saw a TikTok the other day, and some lady, she was a designer, and she said the dress cost 50,000 whatever. Wasn't dollars, but 50,000 whatever. But the husband came in and said, "How much is the dress? I want to pay for it." And she said, "It's 50,000." And he said, "That's nuts. I gave my wife 200,000." And she said it cost 200,000. And so it caused like this whole thing with the woman who bought it, but she was skimming off the top. So, those kinds of things happen. So, so let's see what else is going on. Any more question? I see her mom having a hand in it. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the 9 mil, that was when they were still in England. She had her kind of managing that. Oh, gross. Gross. Used undergarments. Ew. Oh, was that a chemical? Did you walk in with chemical? Something? I just got a mouthful of chemicals. Did you spray something? Maybe it's my filling.
It was a hydrogen hydroxide.
Yeah, I got a mouthful of something.
You have to be careful with hydrogen hydroxide. If you inhale too much of it, you could die.
Are you trying to kill me?
No, it's this crazy thing is found a lot of pesticides, and it even comes out in your sweat.
Grumpy said the silicone kids will be sold. Anna Perkins, the dress I don't think was paid for by her. I think that was paid for by King Charles. And I believe that is with the royal family, because that is like a royal archive kind of thing. I'm sure they will use it for an effigy at some point. Grumpy said 2 hours and no beer. He was not feeling well last weekend. He came down with something awful, but yeah, Grumpy Sapper.
Oh, I came down with a hangover.
Huh?
I came down with a hangover.
You did have a hangover. You had quite the hangover. I thought I was going to have a hangover on Tuesday from my experiment with daiquiris. We had 2 bottles of white rum in the house. So I looked up, what do you make with white rum? And because I'm not a rum drinker, and I found out you make daiquiris with it. And I made daiquiris. I did a tablespoon of sugar, dissolved it with the juice of like a shot glass of lime juice, fresh lime juice, and then 2 shots of rum, and shook the snot out of it with some ice, and they were delicious. They were really good. We had a Grumpy said he has man flu. He's knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, he said he feels terrible, but it's not the thing. It's not the thing that everyone worries about. Penny scooted. Penny left 15 minutes ago. Bye, Penny. Grumpy says we need to play the drinking game, Roxanne. One person drinks for the word, Roxanne, and the other one drinks on red light. Through one song? Holy smoke. We're going to do that in our next happy hour. So I'm scrolling through. I'm seeing if anybody has any questions. Wifey, I would love to heat up some leftovers, but I don't have many leftovers. Everything is cold. So scrolling through. Oh, thanks, Amy. Thanks, Amy. Mick Jagger. Did you want a reading on Mick Jagger? We'll do Mick Jagger. Was that I Could Have Danced All Night?
No, it's Princess of the Universe by Queen.
Oh, that's not Mick Jagger.
Highlander?
I thought you were doing Nathan Lane in the Birdcage. I could have danced.
Because I believe he is also. He and Keith Richards made a pact. You got the quickening.
Oh.
And when they are the last 2, they will duel.
All right, we're gonna have to watch the Highlander tonight. Mick Jagger, Judgment. 8 of Cups. He's not ready to hang it up yet. I think some of the band does want to hang it up, though.
Probably the dead guy.
Oh, stop it, Gregory. So there's something going on with him physically. He's got some joint issues. I know nothing about Mick Jagger, so if anybody else knows this, I'm not cheating. He's got some joint issues, and it's becoming very hard to bring the noise like he does. He just can't do it. Are they on tour right now? Yes, they are. There is some discussion. This Hierophant may be a doctor, saying, you know what, I think we're really kind of coming to the end of the line here, dude. Yeah, I think Jagger doesn't have the moves like Jagger anymore. So it looks like this is going to get worse. This doctor, I think it's a doctor, is telling him, I think we need to dial it back. So I don't think we're going to see the level of showcase that they're doing. I think they're going to be doing something that's a little bit more mellow, a little bit more age appropriate. God bless them for being able to do what they've been doing. But I think we're going to see some things that are age appropriate. Keith Richards, and I'm sorry that I'm like coming off the Mick Jagger thing, but Keith Richards is going to, if he hasn't done a master class, he's going to do a master class in like how to be a rock star. And it's going to be like, you can play these easy things, just this way. You too can be a rock star like me. So
stay away from the speedballs.
I don't know if that is going to be in there. I don't think we can say that word on YouTube. Because of the connotations, you're not supposed to say anything about, substances.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not supposed to say that. I said the tweeds before, and probably shouldn't have said the actual word. The tweeds. Smoking up tweeds. Oops.
Oh, I thought you meant the suit.
No, not the suit. you know. You do look good in a suit, Edgar suit. So, yeah, I think we're going to see something interesting out of them. I think his joints hurt at this point, which is sad, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We all get old. Things start to hurt.
He's only made it to 172 years old.
He's 172 years old.
Nobody knows how old Mick Jagger is.
Nobody knows how old Mick Jagger is.
He heard my chat the other day. No, you did not. You saw this too.
All right, so let me get to it. Amy just got back from the vet. Oh, you watched the Harry would be invited to the Carnation? Yeah, I've been experimenting with shorts, and I did a short on that, and like people were wild about it. They were like, "This, it was only 41 seconds long." I was like, "Yeah, it was a short. I'm sorry." So I did the longer reading on it. It actually came out pretty good. I thought it came out pretty good. Oh, wifey, you thought it was Jim Carrey? I hope it's not. I hope it's not James Woods either, because I loved him in Hercules, the Disney Hercules. He played. I know, but people were saying for a long time it was him. All right, Humanaki, that is a huge question. I'm gonna have to save that one for later. Don't worry, wifey, our taxes are doubling too. We lost 20 million in our school system, and everybody was all really happy because they got the tax increase raised to refund that. And I was like, wait, what? So my taxes are going to go up. My expenses are still going to go up for the last kid in school. Amy, we are sick of them too. Debbie, it's P o'clock. I think it's P o'clock for me too. Oh, nice. Nice, Amy. Yes, we should do that. Wifey said she would have lunch with Thomas Sowell. Who is that?
Yes.
Who is that?
Thomas Sowell. He's a economist, I believe.
Economist.
Black gentleman glasses. You've probably seen videos of him. He's
okay.
He's like the anti-Obama.
Oh,
I
don't think you're allowed to say that name either.
He is conservative. He is not a. He doesn't believe in the what's it called? The thing that happened over the Civil War, the paying them back. He doesn't believe in that.
Oh, restitution?
Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't think of that.
That's all right. Sometimes that happens when you get older.
He's not into that. He's, really like not a favorite of the African community. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not use the words.
Oh. Well, you have to use words to communicate, Gregopedia.
No. I'm going to learn how to speak with things.
You can communicate with hand signals.
No.
Let me fluff my hair up, boys and girls. So, okay, so that's a good one. Oh, wait, and now, oh boy. All right, I took my.
Well, like that explanation didn't even do justice.
So I'm let me go back up. Hi, Noor. So, Thomas Sowell. Hi, Noor. Oh, you would like to go? Well, I did a reading on him, so you would go to lunch with him anyway. That's okay. So I did a reading on him. Grumpy Sapper's still here. Highlander, there could be only one. What should be wanting for? Aren't they in their 70s now? Yes, they are. And Mick Jagger and the crew, still has it. I think my hairdresser Steven, who does this gorgeous haircut and color on me. I think Steven just saw him the other night too. Steven actually went to England to go see them, and he went by himself and he had a great time. Doctors tour with them now. Yeah, smaller scale, but sounded great. Keith was awesome. Keith Richards looks like my grand. Stop it, Grumpy. Yes, his wife is a beauty. Yes, 75. Holy smoke. Oh, Anna Perkins, you saw Brian Jones's final appearance? Wow, look at you. That's great. Happy early birthday to you, Anna Perkins. Wifey got you too. Happy early birthday.
Anna Perkins is making me hungry for pancakes.
Anna Perkins is. Do you want pancakes for dinner? I can make pancakes for dinner. I think we're having pancakes for dinner. Aw, thank you, Amy. My hairdresser is amazing. He is amazing. He's been doing my hair for a long, long time. Not today. Paul Amadeus Denach, book Chronicles from the Future. Did it really happen, or was it the effect of his illness? I got to write this one down. Oh, I ran out of paper. So pancakes for dinner. I know a small boy, well, not so small boy, that will be very happy about that. And this is Chronicles from the Future. All right, so I've got another book to read. For those of you that don't know, I'm usually reading like 10 different books. Grumpy, go to bed. Go to bed. Good night, Grumpy. Amy, I have been reading tarot. I'm going to be 53 in July, and I've been reading tarot since I was 17. So, a long time. I can't even do the math on that. What's the math on that, Greg?
You're 50 what?
I'm 52, almost 53. I'm 53.
17?
Yeah.
So
So 53 minus 17. I'm literally doing this on a calculator. 36 years. So over 35 years. So yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. So, but I do all kinds of crazy stuff. I do I do what do you call it? Lenormand. I can read regular playing cards. I do the Joseph Magi method, which is really cool. Joseph Magi is another YouTuber. I ran into him here, and he uses like the old school playing card deck. He's got his own deck though. You can go on Etsy and you can get it. And he's got a great book that goes with it. He's a really good guy. Sends like a little note when you buy. I think he still does that. He sends a nice little note, little thank you note. And I actually asked him for some coaching, and he was really gracious and gave me some coaching in the chat on Etsy. So that was really helpful. What else do I do? Pendulum. I'm trying to learn how to scry. I'm also right now getting certified as a past life regressionist, which past life regression therapist. But in New Jersey, we can't call ourselves therapists because that's classification for somebody who's actually gone through medical training. So I'm going to have to find out what title I can use when I'm done with this course. And then I will have another thing to tick off in my box. What else do I do, Greg? I do remote viewing, which is super cool. I can read past lives at this point, but I wanted to do the therapy course because that way you kind of coach people through their past life trauma. So
you can sing.
I can sing too. I can sing. I'm a hell of an insurance broker. Not that I do that in my spare time now. I'm glad I don't do that in my spare time. So and Amy did the math for me. Mick Jagger is 75 and 22. He underwent a heart valve replacement. Holy crow. Amy, if you would like, if you would like to do a past life regression, take advantage of the sale. 20% off. There's the link up above. I'm only doing those readings on Friday and Saturday. So if you want to do it, I can read past lives for you. The regular deck thing, I also do teach. So yes, I do, wifey, I do know Dr. Brian Weiss. I also do teach, and I have some classes coming up, but I can always do like a one-off like private class. So if you want to book, if you book for Friday or Saturday, we can do like half of it a reading and half of it I can do some coaching, show you how to do some stuff with with a playing card deck. I can show you some of the decks that I have. Le Normand is based on the regular playing card deck. It's only 36 cards. It's pretty cool. But you can always ask me questions at FortuneCookiesTarot@gmail.com. But with that, boys and girls, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for the contributions. You guys are amazing. This was fun. I'm going to put up a link in YouTube and on Facebook that I'm doing a sale. So if you guys would share it with your people, that would be great, because I would like to kind of fill Friday and Saturday up with some sale people. I love doing that. I love throwing a sale every now and then. And this is kind of like my post Memorial Day, beginning of the summer sale. So hook it up, help me out, spread the word, and I will see you guys later. Tomorrow, we're going to be live on PNR, the Psychic News Report, 1 p.m. New York time, or 1:15 p.m. New York time. We'll have the topics up a little bit later today. So, but it's going to be all news stuff. If something goes on with the Trump trial, of course, I said the T word. Of course, we will make sure that we address that. Twisted Tiara. Listen, I'm going to make this a regular. We got a lot of people in at this time, and I think I am going to make the Wednesday live kind of a regular thing. I don't even know what time I got on. It's 3 hours. I think it came on at like 1:30. So we will make sure that we do that. But Twisted Tiara, come on over to the Psychic News Report, the other YouTube channel that I'm a part of. And we're going to do a live on news tomorrow at 1:15. And then if I don't have anybody book Friday night or Saturday night, maybe I'll do another live for you guys Friday or Saturday night. Okay. So we can do readings for you. And maybe I will do it on Friday. I'll do it on Friday if no one books for late night. I'll block out some time. I'll see how we fill up in the next day or so. But thank you, everybody. So glad to have you all here. I will see you all very soon. All right. Have a good night. Bye.